Hello and welcome to a brand new Lost Ark guide. Today we have the continuation of a Feiton Abyss dungeon guide, and I will be explaining important mechanics and attacks for the second Abyssal dungeon, Tranquil Karkosa. There are 3 bosses, each with different attacks and mechanics. For this one, you will want to bring whirlwind bombs, destruction bombs, and percentage health potions to make life much easier for you. 960 is the minimum item level requirement to entry, but you will want to be 1000 plus for easiest clear. Throughout all 3 bosses, the same oxygen mechanic is present, like in previous Abyssal dungeons, so always keep an eye out for your oxygen. First boss is usually the one that disbands a lot of public groups, as most people don't know the mechanic or they don't bring destruction bombs. It is important that you have destruction bombs and whirlwind bombs, as you will not be able to break through the shields. Before the mechanic, the boss will do wide range of AoE attacks. If the AoE attack indicator is yellow, you'll want to try and avoid getting hit by it, as it drains your oxygen bar. It does a lot of yellow indicated attacks, and always be wary of your oxygen if you're getting hit. As for the mechanic, depending on the DPS, you will become invincible and spawn 2 adds at random locations. You can look at your minimap to see where they're located. You will want to spread out, and each 4 people take different add. You need to use destruction bombs and skills that do destruction damage to break the shield of the add and then damage and kill it. After you kill both of the adds, the boss will start the impairment check, and here if you don't have enough stagger, you will want to use whirlwind bombs. Failing to impair the boss results in a raid wipe. If you don't kill both of the adds before impairment check, the boss stays invincible and you cannot stagger him, which also results in a raid wipe. He does that mechanic 2 times in a fight, but depending on the DPS, you might be able to burst them before second even comes. Second boss is just a filler boss that doesn't have any raid wipe mechanics. Other than paying attention to your oxygen levels, she has several AoE attacks that are easy to avoid. Every now and then she will spawn a big pufferfish that you want to focus and kill as fast as possible. She has a pizza attack that follows 3 people before it explodes, so try not to run into your team. She also might grab someone and start punching him, and she will then have a small impairment bar that you need to break. It's easy to break, and even if you don't break it, it doesn't do any significant damage. Again, be wary of your oxygen levels, focus on dodging attacks, and DPS as much as possible. For the third boss, it is important to assign positions before the fight and explain the mechanic to everyone and make sure everyone is on the same page and knows what to do. The boss itself is very easy to kill, as he doesn't have any crazy or special attacks that will deal insane amounts of damage as long as you dodge them, and the main reason why it takes so long for people to kill it is because the mechanic that happens 2 times and it's slightly different on the second one. You want to assign all players as shown on the screen. Make sure you know who are you in between and always remember your position. After everyone picked their spot, make sure they are also aware that you will be rotating clockwise. When the mechanic comes, the boss will run to the middle and you will have a couple of seconds to get to your position before he spawns a bubble that will start sending out orbs. All you need to do is stand there and let the orb hit you, aka you need to block it so it doesn't hit the boss. After you block the first orb, you and everyone else moves clockwise to the next location and you repeat the same thing. Everyone needs to block 4 orbs in total in the first phase mechanic, so you will need to move from your initial position 3 times. You are allowed for a mistake if someone doesn't block an orb or 2, but more than that results in a wipe. All 8 players need to be on the same page, and if one person doesn't know what to do, you will keep wiping. The second phase mechanic is slightly different than the first one. Again, everyone takes the same positions and you will want to be inside the AoE circle the boss spawns around himself. That circle will do heavy damage to you if you are not in the right position. You can also stand outside the circle, but it is very risky, so always be inside and not too close to the boss. Again, you are blocking the orbs, and after each block you move to the next position clockwise. The only difference is that on your third blocked orb, you don't move and you block another orb from the same position, and then you move to the last position. So in this phase, you will block first orb, then you will move, you will block the second orb, you will move, you will block the third orb, then you will stay and you will not move, and then you will block another orb from the same position, and then you will move again to block the last orb. When you do both of these mechanics successfully, he becomes staggered and you can fully burst him. Make it easier for you to be ready to take your position. Always fight the boss closest to the side where your position is, so you are always close by. Be wary of your oxygen levels and make sure you replenish it before mechanic. Remember that you need all 8 players alive and you cannot complete a mechanic with less than 8. Hope this guide helps you in clearing second Feiton Abyssal dungeon. This one is a pug killer, as a lot of groups don't even make it past first boss, let alone last boss. Remember to be patient with the people who are struggling, explain mechanics to them and don't get tilted or angry. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and turn the notifications on so you don't miss out on the future guides. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.